Hello, my name is Medha, and today I will be presenting the paper that is titled Empirical Evaluation of Rectified Activations in Convolutional Network. The paper is divided into 5 parts: introduction, rectified units, experiment settings, result, and discussion, and the last is conclusion. Let's begin with the introduction. In this part, the author introduces us to convolutional neural network and the ReLU function. A convolutional neural network is a deep learning algorithm which takes an input image, assigns importance, that is, a learnable weight and bias, to various aspects or objects in an image and can be differentiated from another. CNNs have great success in computer vision tasks such as image classification, object detection, and tracking, but not only limited to computer vision. It is also helpful in natural language processing and speech recognition. This is a basic architecture of a CNN. It has input layer, convolutional layer, a pooling layer, a fully connected layer, and the final layer, that is the output layer. There are two primary functions that that a CNN performs. It is feature extraction from the input image and then classification of the input image. Moving on, the modern day deep learning system uses saturated activation functions for two reasons. First, to solve the so called problem of exploding and vanishing gradient, and second, to accelerate the conversion speed. In this paper, we use ReLU as it is a notable non-saturated function. It is a piecewise linear function which prunes the negative part to a zero and retains the positive parts. Moving on to the second part, rectified units. In this section, we will be introduced with the four kinds of rectified units. First is leaky ReLU, second is ReLU, third is parametric ReLU, and the fourth one is randomized ReLU. For the very first part, that is on the far left, that is ReLU. In this, as you can see, the input is given as xi and the output is yi. When the input is given and if xi is less than 0, that is, if it is negative, the output is a flat slope. Whereas moving on to leaky ReLU, it isn't a flat slope, it is a non-zero slope where the coefficient of the slope is ai. Ai in the case of leaky ReLU is preset, and when it comes to parametric ReLU, it is the value is evaluated in training via backpropagation. Then the last is randomized ReLU. In this, the coefficient alpha ji is sampled from a uniform distribution. Moving on, let's look at the activation functions of the four ReLU. For the first rectified linear unit, xi, if xi is greater than or equal to 0, then the output is xi. If it is less than 0, it is 0. Moving on to leaky rectified linear unit. As we mentioned above, it is a non-zero slope. Hence, the output slope becomes a coefficient of alpha I, where alpha I is a fixed parameter in the range 1 to infinity. Parametric ReLU, as we mentioned before, the slope alpha I is learned in the training via backpropagation, whereas in leaky ReLU it is preset. Now, randomized ReLU. It was first proposed and used in Kaggle National Data Science Bowl competition. the output when xji is less than 0 becomes the coefficient of alpha ji xji, and the output can be given with this equation, where alpha ji is a random number sampled from a uniform distribution U. Moving on to the experiment settings for our paper. This paper uses two state-of-the-art CNN models that are trained using CXSNet. The first is CIFAR10 and CIFAR100. The full form for CIFAR is Canadian Institute for Advanced Research. These two datasets have 10 and 100 different classes of image respectively. There are 50,000 training images and 100 test images. All these images are used without any pre-processing. Coming on to the third dataset, that is of National Data Science Bowl competition, that has roughly 30,000 plus labeled grayscale images in 121 classes, and there are 13,000 plus test data. The test data is divided into two parts. First, for training with 25,000, and for validation 5,000 plus images. This is the network in network structure for our CFAR10 and CFAR100 on the far left, and on the right hand side we have for National Data Science Bowl competition. Moving on to the result and discussion. Now let's just make a little observation over here. Here we can see that the red dotted line is for ReLU in training, and the blue dotted line is Riki-ReLU in training when alpha is equals to 100. You can see they perform similar, and in this case, when we have Leaky-ReLU is equals to 5.5 in training, the Leaky-ReLU outperforms the ReLU slightly, and for parametric ReLU, you can see it slightly overfits the model, and in case of randomized ReLU, it outperforms ReLU with a significant amount, as you can see over here. We can see the similar trend in the CFAR100 network in network model as well. As you can see over here, the ReLU in training, when Leaky-ReLU is set to alpha 100, performs similarly to ReLU, normal ReLU, but Leaky-ReLU when alpha is equals to 5.5 is slightly better performing. When it comes to parametric ReLU, it overfits the model, as we saw in this case as well, and randomized ReLU performs better than normal ReLU. Moving on, we'll see the same trend for NDSBA net as well. As you can see, ReLU in this case, they perform similarly. ReLU in this case performs slightly better, and parametric ReLU overfits the model, and randomized ReLU in this case, it's not very significantly seen in this graph, but it does perform better, as we can see in this case over here when we have the calculations given. And over here, randomized ReLU. And you can see the parametric ReLU is overfitting the model. As you can see, the error rate is less. even in this case, as well as this. It overfits the model significantly. It is 0.633, whereas this is 1.3, this is 0.8536, and this is 1.174. So we can conclude that randomized ReLU is the most effective amongst the four ReLU functions. Moving on, these are the four conclusions that we can draw from the paper. First, the performance of leaky ReLU is similar to that of ReLU, but very leaky ReLU with a large alpha is much better. The error of parametric ReLU is always lowest. This indicates that it may suffer from overfitting issue in small data sets. Randomized ReLU is effective at combating overfitting. And for the fourth point, randomized ReLU, there is a need to investigate how the randomnet influences the network training and testing process. For the conclusion, for our paper, this paper we conclude that the four rectified activation function using we used sorry in this paper we analyze the four activation functions using the various network architecture. The three types of modified leaky ReLU all consistently outperform the original ReLU. However, the reason for their superior performance still lacks rigorous justification from theoretical aspects. Thank you for watching.